Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I am your host, Shane.
And I am Nina. And today we're talking about part 2 of Become a Better Person, Take a Risk. Yeah, so Shane, have you ever taken a big risk? And if so, was the risk worth the reward?
Okay. I think the biggest risk that I've taken in my whole life was leaving my life in the US.
Okay.
Leaving my job. I was a government worker. I had a good job and a good salary.
Oh, wow.
Had a home that I bought. Had 2 cars.
And
I left it all to come to Taiwan because my wife wanted to start a career here in Taiwan.
Wow.
So I got rid of everything my whole life and came here with nothing. I had to start completely over, and that was a big risk.
I bet.
And it was very difficult at first to get used to living in Taiwan. New language, new culture. I have to find a new job, make new friends.
Yes.
It was very, very difficult. But now I've been here for 12 years and I'm very comfortable here.
Okay.
I like what I do for work. I like my friends, my family here. And now I love Taiwan.
That's amazing.
So I think that the risk was worth the reward.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Yes.
It paid off.
Yep. Okay. Why don't we take a look at, remember Cheryl?
Yes, I do.
We're still going to be talking about Cheryl. So let's get into it.
Now Cheryl knows that taking risks isn't a bad thing. It takes courage to face her fears. In turn, that makes her stronger and helps her build character.
Okay, so part 2, become a better person, take a risk.
Now Cheryl knows that taking risks isn't a bad thing. It takes courage to face her fears.
Okay, so taking risks isn't a bad thing. In fact, it could be a very good thing.
Yes.
You get those rewards when you take those risks.
Yes, and it takes courage. So courage is the ability to confront fear, to face fear, pain, danger, or even like uncertainty. In this case, when you take a risk, that's the fear, right?
You're not certain what the outcome is going to be, what's going to happen, right?
Exactly. So for example, it takes courage to speak up for what you believe in. Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think it takes a lot of courage to change too, right?
Yeah.
To just get outside of your comfort zone like we talked about in part A. Okay, so in turn, that makes her stronger and helps her build character.
Yes.
Okay, so in turn means as a result of something in a series of events. So basically, if things are happening, we can say in turn, just meaning this is the result that happens from what happened before. Okay, and we have another vocabulary word, character.
Yes, so we mentioned how it builds character.
So what is somebody's character?
Well, it's usually like the mental and moral qualities of someone, right?
So mental meaning mind, the way that they think.
Yeah.
And moral is about doing right and wrong, right?
Exactly.
So if you have good morals, that means that you do good things.
Yes.
You do the right thing.
You can say someone has good character, right?
Right. So if you have good morals, you have a good character.
Exactly.
If you have bad morals, you have a bad character.
Yes. So for example, her kindness and honesty are key aspects of her character. Okay.
Okay. So a lot of times when we're talking about somebody's character, we are really just talking about the qualities that make up their personality.
Yeah.
Right? The way that they are towards people is their character.
Exactly. So now we know that Cheryl takes more risks, and she learned that it's not a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Because in the past, she didn't really take risks, and she regretted it.
Right. And like it says, it does take a lot of courage to face your fears.
Yeah.
You know, when you are taking risks, it's really scary. And you'll definitely be afraid. Like, change is one of the scariest things in life.
Yeah, but sometimes it's worth it, right?
Well, you need to make changes, right? Even though it's difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
You need to get out of, like we said before, your comfort zone. You need to break out of there and try new things and try to improve yourself.
Yeah, and maybe you'll be as lucky as Shane, you know, taking a big risk and ending up very happy.
Yeah, so if anyone's ever thinking about, you know, something big like moving to another country, there's a lot of unknown. But taking that kind of risk will definitely change you a lot. And I think at the end, you will feel like the reward was worth all of these risks.
Indeed. So let's learn more about it and how Cheryl did it after the break.
Okay.
Sometimes Cheryl takes risks by following her gut. Other times, she judges the risks first. That way, she can see if they are worth taking. Both ways can end in failure or success. Cheryl knows that, but she doesn't care. She can learn and grow from both. Also, her chances of reaching her goals are 0 if she never takes any risks.
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, we were talking about how Cheryl takes risks, right?
Yeah, so she takes risks, and this kind of helps to build her character.
Yes.
And by facing
her fears,
her fears, she really becomes like a better person.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so new and improved. So let's learn a little bit more about how she takes risks.
Okay, so sometimes Cheryl takes risks by following her gut.
Her gut.
Her gut. So a gut really just means like your stomach.
Yeah.
This area, but
She's following her stomach.
She's following her stomach. It just wants to eat. No, when we say you follow your gut, it's the place where your natural feelings that make you react or kind of make you feel things. That's where we think they are, is in your gut. So when you say I have a gut feeling,
yes,
what you're saying is that it's kind of like your sixth sense, 第六感, right? That kind of like just a feeling.
Just a feeling like, oh, I have a bad feeling about this. It's usually
it's
like,
not like thinking, it's just something deeper. And
you can't explain it.
Yeah, and it feels like it's just happening right here in your gut. So it's a gut feeling.
Yeah.
So for example, you could say, I had a feeling in my gut that Lena wouldn't come today.
Okay.
So you don't know why you thought that. You just
had a feeling.
You just had a feeling.
Okay.
Right.
So continuing, other times she judges the risks first. That way she can see if they are worth taking. Both ways can end in failure or success. Yeah. That's the thing about risk. It could either fail or succeed, right?
Right.
And sometimes she judges the risk.
Right.
She analyzes it, you know. So to judge means to form an opinion or assess to decide, right? So, should I make this, take this risk or not? For example, it's not fair to judge someone without understanding their perspective.
Yeah, we can also talk about like weighing the risks.
Yeah.
So this is, or sometimes we say to weigh pros
and cons.
Cons, which is like, what are the good things that may happen if I take this risk?
Yes.
What are the bad things that may happen? And what chance is it that something good will happen? Or what chance is there that something bad will happen? And you really have to kind of think about that.
Yeah, so you have to think, is it worth taking the risk?
Right. So if we say something is worth it, this just means that the action that you are talking about, like taking a risk, is it useful or is it good? Is it pleasant? That will mean that it's worth it. So you can kind of think about something being worth it just means after you do that thing, are you going to feel good about it?
Yes.
So for example, you can say the time I took to study was worth it.
Okay.
So this studying, you felt good that you did the studying and you got a good result.
Yeah. Okay.
So continuing, Cheryl knows that, but she doesn't care.
So she knows that she could either succeed or fail.
Right. She can learn and grow from both.
Indeed.
So like you said, she could succeed or she could fail, but a failure could very easily be a chance to grow.
And learn.
And learn something, right?
Okay, so continuing. Also, her chances of reaching her goals are 0 if she never takes any risks. That's true. So 0 is 0, nothing. So
Nothing.
0, 1, 2, 3, right? Everyone knows that one.
Right.
So, for example, the temperature dropped to 0 degrees Celsius.
Yes.
Ooh, so beneath 0 is when it starts to
Freeze?
snow, right?
Yeah, the water starts to freeze up. Okay. So the risk, if she doesn't take any risks, if she's going to try to reach her goals and doesn't take any risks, then there's no chance at all.
Exactly.
You know, so it's nothing, 0. Sometimes in order to improve yourself or to become better in life or achieve a goal,
You have to take risks.
there's no choice.
Exactly.
You just have to. But you can weigh risks and, decide, how much risk are you willing to take.
Okay.
It's not always all or nothing. You can kind of take risks that are smaller risks, right?
Yes, that's true.
And when we're talking about taking risks,
we would encourage for good risks.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about risks in order to get a good result.
Improve yourself.
Right, not like taking a risk to, is it worth it to rob this bank to get all of this money?
Or go to prison?
To take this risk because I might go to jail?
So that's a risk you don't want to take.
Yeah, some risks are definitely not worth it.
All right.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. So thank you for joining us.
Yes, and take good risks.
Okay, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Now Cheryl knows that taking risks isn't a bad thing. It takes courage to face her fears. In turn, that makes her stronger and helps her build character. Sometimes Cheryl takes risks by following her gut. Other times, she judges the risks first. That way, she can see if they are worth taking. Both ways can end in failure or success. Cheryl knows that, but she doesn't care. She can learn and grow from both. Also, her chances of reaching her goals are 0 if she never takes any risks.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 courage 名词勇气。Hugh didn't have the courage to quit his job. Hugh 没有勇气离职。下一个单字 character character 名词，性格、品格。Penny's kindness is a key part of her character. Penny 的善良是她性格中的重要部分。Kindness 指的是善良。下一个单字 judge 动词，评断、判断。We shouldn't judge people by appearances. 我们不该以貌取人。最后一个单字 zero 名词，全无。The chances of raining are 0. 降雨几率为0。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 in turn 因此、因而，这是一个副词片语，意思相近于 as a result。我们来看看这个例句。Ruby watered the plants every day. In turn, they grew very well. Ruby 天天为这些植物浇水，因此它们长得很好。下一个文法 Somebody sees if 加主词加动词，某人看看什么是否怎样。If 是否可以用 whether 来替代，它的后面要接完整的子句。我们来看看这个例句。Jeff wanted to see if he got the job. 所以呢，你也可以这样说。Jeff wanted to see whether he got the job. Jeff 想看看他是否得到这份工作。最后一个文法 be worth 加上 VING 值得做某件事。Worth 是一个介系词，意思是值得。我们来看看这个例句。I don't think the movie is worth watching. 我认为那部电影不值得一看。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hello everybody, today we are taking a look at the Weiwuying Metropolitan Park. So you might wonder, what kind of park is that? A metropolitan park? When we talk about a metropolitan or a metropolis, we are talking about a big city. In fact, it comes from Greek in two words put together, meaning metro meaning mother and polis meaning city. So it's like mother city or a big city. So why don't we go and take a look at what Weiwuying Metropolitan Park has to offer. The Weiwuying Metropolitan Park is a big park. This park was a military base in the past. The park is full of many pretty trees, flowers, and lakes. Three military buildings have actually been kept in the park. The view at the water tower is very beautiful. It's a place where families can play together in the playground. While you're there, don't forget to see the public art displays in the park. The Weiwuying Metropolitan Park is a great place to experience the beauty of nature. This really sounds like a wonderful place to go and relax. And it's interesting that it used to be a military base because that sounds so cold and hard. And now it is so beautiful, warm, and welcoming. So thanks for watching.